Hey y'all, it's D. And you know I love Jesus. Happy birthday to
Happy birthday to
you.
you.
Thank you. I gotta make me a TikTok.
So look at her.
Ain't that cute? Y'all, part two. I gotta do it. I'm just gonna roll with it. Let me just give y'all this scripture real quick before I get into what I'm about to say. And I promise you it's quick. Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Another thing too, my vagina don't get revenge no more. It does not get revenge. But y'all, after he cocked me in the face with my phone records and told me I was cheating, I got to stop hitting my table because my phone's shaking. I just looked at him. After I looked at him, I didn't even say nothing. I let that slide. I let him say everything he needed to say. I didn't get mad. I couldn't even cry. And I was just so over the marriage, but I'm married. I had to stick and stay one more day. Whew, that remind me of rehab. So anywho, after that, mind y'all, I cut off communication with dude. I went to work. That dude came up in there. Baby, hey, how you doing? Look, y'all know how y'all take y'all let me. How you doing? Got good and cute for him. I sure did. And I'm not condoning this. Do not commit adultery. Don't do what I did. I pressed the issue then. You want to smack me in my face with some papers and accuse me of cheating and I'm being such a good girl? So that day, I went into work and I was flirting. I don't never flirt. I never flirt. I ain't never pressed no man. I ain't never came on to a man or nothing like that. I did that day. I sure did. And I was like, oh, are you going to be after hours? He was like, yeah, if it's for you. Y'all, he started saying all the lines that I wanted to hear. Now, before he was saying stuff, I probably was just ignoring it because, again, I was married. I was keeping it I was keeping it cordial. This time around, all bets are off. I did not care. I really did not care. And I hate that for me because I should have cared because my vagina does not get revenge, baby. So, anywho, after everything was done, they got all the dialysis patients out, all the workers clocked out, everybody was going. Me and him went to the conference room. And yeah, we did the do on the floor. Sure did. It was whack. It really was whack, but I didn't care. Every time he stroked, I felt them pages smacking me in my face for every stroke. I sure did. And you know what, y'all? I didn't regret it. Even though it was whack, the SEX was whack, I didn't regret it. I hate to say this because I don't want to encourage this, but it was so relieving. Do y'all know the whole time my ex was already cheating on me? That's why he was accusing me of cheating. He was cheating on me. How do I know? My homegirl took a picture of him in a Bojangles. E-Dub, if you watching this, you remember you took that picture of him in the Bojangles parking lot, his greedy self. Yeah, in the Bojangles parking lot with his cousin. Y'all, I am gonna go ahead and tell this story. Let me tell y'all how I know it was his cousin. When me and my ex first met and we were in Walmart, we were walking down the aisle or whatever, and then a light skin, I promise you this girl looked like Faith Evans, and my ex-husband looks just like Biggie Smalls. I am so serious. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not lying. If y'all want to go dig deep in my history, go ahead. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide. I wouldn't be telling it up here because y'all know y'all better than the detectives on TikTok. So anywho, we run into this light-skinned pretty lady. I mean, she's very beautiful. I promise you, she looks better than Faith Evans, but she just kind of reminded me of Faith. So, she walks and she's like, hey, like speaking to him, and he says, hey, I'm not gonna call no names. Y'all go do the homework yourselves. Y'all know y'all detectives. And so he introduced me to her. He's like, yeah, this is my cousin. He introduced her as his cousin. So why would I think anything like he would cheat or anything like that? So when my homegirl sent me the picture of him and her, I'm like, that's his cousin. He can't be cheating with her, right? Wrong. Y'all, I got plenty more stories to tell, but I'm just going to say this one real quick. How about when me and him decide to divorce? And, okay, let me just say this real quick. Right when we were thinking of divorce, he ended up, we went to a church service one night. We drove separate cars. That night when we left that church service, I went home. He didn't come home. Y'all, he didn't come home for 3 days. Mind you, it was also our anniversary. Not only was it our anniversary, my family was having a big thing in Maryland. I live in North Carolina. My family was having a big thing in Maryland, and I decided not to go to the family event because it was our anniversary. But y'all, he didn't come home. So say Friday night was the church service and Saturday was our anniversary, and my family was having a big shindig Sunday. So anywho, he didn't come home after the service that night. I drove myself home. So him having diabetes, I'm thinking to myself, maybe something happened. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's in a hospital. So I'm all concerned. I'm calling all of his family. Nobody's answering my calls. I'm blowing his phone up. He's not answering. So y'all, I get up. I call the jail. They didn't have no record of that name there. I called the hospital. They had no one nobody of that name there. So I get in my car and I drive around to all the hotels. Y'all, one hotel I stopped in because I thought I saw a vehicle that looked like his. I don't know why my crazy. Again, remember, I was dumb back then. I'm not dumb anymore. I saw a vehicle that looked like his, but I didn't check the license plate number. I just got out my car and I went inside and there was a guy in there. And I asked him, did a such and such get a room here? You know what that guy told me? He said, he's not here. He said, but I want to let you know he's okay. How do you know he's okay? He was like, I want you to go home and I want you to be at peace. I want you to know he's okay. There's nothing wrong with him. He'll be home tomorrow. What? So I went home. I packed me and the kids up a nice little one night bag and I went to Maryland to hang with my family. And when I came back, do y'all know this joker was in the house eating, watching TV, just chilling? Mind you, he was been missing for a whole day and a half. And I come back and you good? I looked at him, I said, oh, you good? You not dead? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see where this is going. I left it at that. Y'all, Jesus, I'm having PTSD flashbacks. Anywho, remind you, he introduced me to the girl as his cousin. When we ended up separated and getting a divorce, why a popular man of God, because I got to choose my words wisely because y'all about to dig deep probably. A popular man of God saw my ex and the lady. I don't know if he saw the lady with him, but saw my ex at the post office and asked him and was like, hey, I heard you and so were engaged. Like, you already engaged? And he said, yeah, me and so are engaged. So this popular man of God came back and said, you know, him and so is engaged? I said, yeah. He said, isn't that his cousin? Because he introduced him to me as his cousin before. I said, yeah, and he introduced her to me as his cousin before too. Do y'all know they ended up getting married? You married your cousin? They ended up getting divorced too. You divorced your cousin? Y'all. Anywho, no one has really heard from, well, maybe in that little raggedy town, they heard from her, but I didn't hear from her. Well, not that I would have heard from her, but I haven't heard anything about her. From what I was told, she basically dropped off the face of the map. And I know he took her up and through there because he took me up and through there, y'all. So anywho, yeah, I ended up cheating then, coming to find out that he cheated before that. And then the person he cheated with was his cousin. He married his cousin, and then he divorced his cousin. And me and the other guy, that was the last time we spoke, because I was like, you know what? No, my vagina can't get revenge like this, especially if it's going to be whack. Like, if I'm going to get revenge, baby, why wasn't it bomb? Forgive me, Lord. No, we should not commit adultery. Remember, I just read y'all that scripture, do not commit adultery. So, anywho, after that happened, y'all, so before we got divorced, I'm going to go into another little quick story time, y'all. This was Christmas, because I can't put them in chronological order because I really try to put that stuff out my head. Like, I really try to forget him. But it was Christmas, y'all. And we didn't have like enough money to really get the kids anything for Christmas. Part 3. I promise this is not going to be 50 parts, but I'm just telling my story. So now we're at a time where it's Christmas. This is before the cheating, I believe. Yeah, this is before the cheating, Faye and Biggie Smalls and all that great stuff. So this is Christmas, and this year we didn't have much money to get the kids anything for Christmas. Y'all, let me read this scripture for y'all real quick before I get into this story. Matthew, I'm going to read Acts 20:35. Jesus taught it is better to give than receive. That's it. So around this time, Christmas, we didn't have much money to get the kids. And mind you, I had my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter with me at the time. Y'all know I got 5 kids. I had to give 2 up for adoption, and I ended up losing custody of 1 to him. We're going to get into that. So at the time, the one that we had together was with us, and then I had 2 by separate men. Y'all know one was by rape. Well, I don't know if I can say that word up here, but that's a whole nother story. We can get into that too at a later date. But trauma is real in my life. I had my oldest daughter, my youngest son, and then he had a son. And I need y'all to stick with this story because I'm about to tell y'all what happened with his son. And I might have to cry during that part. I'm sorry if I cry, but it gets real. So it's 4 children total in the household. My 2 by 2 other men, then the one we had together that he begged me to have, and then and I love all my kids the same. And then his son by another woman. So we didn't have much money for the kids for Christmas. And at the time, my mom, as much as me and her didn't have a good relationship, my mom gonna do whatever she need to do for her grandkids. That's one thing. My mama gonna come through for her grandkids, okay? So I called my mom and I told her, man, we don't have nothing to get, no money to get the kids anything for Christmas, but we paid the house note, we paid the car notes, everything was paid up, and it was like all the money went towards the bills. Plus, I didn't know that he was taking money and hiding it, and also taking money and eating, and yeah. So anywho, that Christmas, my mama went out. When I say my mama went out, not only did she buy for my 2 and then the one we had together, she also bought for his son. My mama probably spent over $2,000 on these kids for Christmas, the tree and everything. Y'all, why this man come home and get mad it was so many presents under the tree. Thank you, mother. It was so many presents under the tree that he got mad and he thought that another man had bought these gifts. Y'all, he took the toys and the tree and threw it outside on the lawn. Mind you, the kids was there. They are watching their Christmas gifts get thrown out the door. Not only did he throw the tree, the kids, the toys, everything, he threw me outside. Everything had to go. He threw us all out the door. I called the police. Y'all, the police in that town was on his side. Like, listen to me. It's a small town. And so he knew everybody in that town. I knew no one. I did not know I probably was dealing with a legion at the time and didn't even know it. Y'all, every single time anything happened and I had to call the police, they took his side. The whole town took his side. The courthouse took his side even when he was in the wrong. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Thank you, Lord, for freedom and that I'm free from that. So anywho, yeah, he threw all the toys out on the lawn. He threw the tree out, and that just ruined Christmas for me and the kids. It was just so sad dealing with him. So anywho, next story, because y'all, I got about 50 stories. I just want to hurry up and go ahead and tell them, and time is running. So there was a time where I was pregnant with our child. Let me tell y'all this, y'all. I did not want any more kids. I had already birthed 4 children. I did not want any more kids because I had to give 2 of them up for adoption. And being married, I felt like, okay, we joined our families together. You got your son, I have my other 2 kids. We good. Like, I don't want to birth another child. And he begged me to have another child. And I was like, I don't want to do this. So I went behind his back. I went to the doctor and I was like, I want to get my tubes tied. Y'all, remember, I was stupid then. I'm not stupid anymore. The doctor was like, are you married? I'm like, yeah. They said, oh, we can't tie your tubes if you're married. You have to get your husband's permission. I what? Are y'all serious? Y'all, that broke me. So I went and told him. Again, I was stupider then. I'm not stupid anymore. And so he was like, well, if you have a child, one child by me, then I'll sign the papers for you to tie your tubes. So I prayed. I talked to God about it. God, help me hurry up and get pregnant. We're going to have this one child. I'm going to tie my tubes. We had the one child. I tied my tubes. So while I was pregnant, y'all, he had it, mind you, he wasn't a pastor then. He became a pastor later on, but he was an elder then. So they had like an all-night men's prayer meeting. And he had to go. Okay, he had to go and I had to read my notes real quick. He had to go to the all-night men's prayer meeting. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm here home with the kids. I'm good and pregnant. I'm probably like 8 months pregnant, y'all. And remember, this was back in the day. My son was born 2005. So I was pregnant in 2005. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just sit here and chill, play a couple of games on the computer just to kill time because it's going to be lonely without him. And so I had put the kids to bed. I had made me a good old salad. And y'all remember back then the computers, you had to dial up. So I had to click on the little dial up thing. And it took like 10 minutes before the internet could come on. And y'all, I was going to play my favorite game, Pogo.com. Y'all remember Pogo.com? Y'all, I was going to play my Russian roulette, my blackjack, like all my favorite games. I was on my word. I think it was called Word. I don't know if it was Word Womp then, but my word game, like I was going to keep myself preoccupied by playing my games. So I click on the dial up thing while the computer is dialing up. It's going to take like 10, 20, 30 minutes to dial up to connect me to the internet. So I'm sitting on a couch watching TV. I think I was eating ice cream then. Good and big belly pregnant. Y'all, why he come home? Now, this is an all-night men's prayer meeting, remember. He's not supposed to be home till the next morning. He comes home in the middle of the night while I'm dialing up on the computer, and he kicks the door in. I mean, kick the whole door off the hinges. You on the phone, you a hoe, you on the phone talking to them niggas. And I got the ice cream mid-scoop like, what? So I got up off the couch and I walked into the room where the computer was dialing up, and I point to the computer and I said, I'm dialing up to get on the computer. I wasn't on the phone. And I went back in the living room and I sat on the couch. Y'all, he goes in the bathroom. He goes and washes his hands. He comes out the bathroom. Now, you know, after you wash your hands wet. So if you don't dry them off, they're wet. He comes out the bathroom while I'm sitting on the couch, still waiting for dial up. And he takes his hand and he goes like that in my face and splashes the water in my face. No apology. No, I'm sorry. No, the door hanging off the hinges still. No, nothing. And I'm just looking at him like, now, disclaimer, the ghetto, the hood. I thought that was love. You love me? Like, you nigga, you just kicked down the door. You just... Negro, you just left the all-night men's prayer meeting, kicked down the door, splashed me in the face with water because you thought I was on the phone and you thought I was a hoe. To find out you was wrong and I was just dialing up, like, you miss God. Because you thought I was cheating. Y'all, I wanted to jump up and hurt him, but at the time I was like, wow. I felt bad that I didn't get an apology because, like, why you even think I'm a hoe? I ain't never been nobody's hoe. I did some hoe things. I could probably count on one hand how many times I did some hoish stuff. I ain't never been a hoe, but I did that. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. I'll tell y'all that in another TikTok. We trying to make sure this ain't 50,000 TikToks later. So anywho, that happened. Let me tell you about the time he locked me and the kids out of the house. Y'all, we were at church. My time is running out. Part 3. Y'all follow, because I'm telling you, it's getting better and better each time. Y'all, part 4. Real quick, let's just get the scripture out the way, because y'all already know I got to tell y'all about the goodness of the Lord. Because if it wasn't for the Lord, I would not be able to tell y'all this story today. I would have not been able to get through what I got through, because y'all, it was crazy. It was hectic. But anyway, 1 Chronicles 16, 10 and 11. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Let your heart rejoice if you seek in the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength. You're going to need strength. Seek his face continually. So anywho, y'all, I ended off part 3 with, he had me and the kids out in the rain. So, we were at church. This is the time when he was a pastor and we were at church. And sorry if I'm flip-flopping back and forth, but, as I wrote my notes, I just wrote it as the whatever happened. I didn't write it in chronological order, just as I remembered some of the things that happened. I can't remember everything because I really try to blot him out my life. So anyway, we were at church and I was on the pulpit. He was playing a keyboard and I was on a pulpit and we had praise and worship practicing and I was singing. And okay, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I live in North Carolina. Country people talk different from city people. Y'all heard me say talk different. So in the country, they say talk. In the city, we say talk. So as we're singing, you can hear me saying talking and you can hear them saying talking. So he got mad and he was like, he wants me to change how I'm saying talk. He wants me to sound like everybody else. But they're from the country. I'm from the city. We don't talk the same. So I was like, you want me to just have a country accent? It's okay. Like, it's praise and worship. No, I don't think nobody really caring how we're saying the word talk. But he cared so much that he got mad that I couldn't change the way I was saying talk. So he told me, get off the praise team. Y'all, I can't remember if I threw the mic at him or not, or if I just threw the mic down. I just know the mic went flying. I'm sorry. I was just upset. And so I got mad and I walked off the pulpit and look, let me get my kids. I'm going home. So as I'm getting my kids together, he's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, forget all this. Man, you're not even about to try to play me in front of these people. It was his family and they didn't care. They were used to him doing this type of stuff. So I'm getting the kids together and I'm about to go get in the car. Y'all, while he snatches my keys. So he snatches the keys and I'm like, I'm going home. I'm taking the kids and I'm going home. Y'all remember the son that we had together? He was in a car seat. Why he snatches the car seat out my hand? And mind you, I got my other 2 kids. And mind you, his son that wasn't by me was there too. So I'm like, okay, I mean, that's your son too. You want to snatch him? Snatch him. The baby almost came out the car seat. So I leave that son and it's just me and my 2 daughters. So I go outside and I'm like, oh, wow, it's raining. He done took the keys. So I asked one of the members of the church for a ride. Y'all, he told the lady that she better not give me a ride home. If she gave me a ride home, I don't know what he was going to do. He just threatened her too. So I said, forget it. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to walk to the house. We was not too far from the house, from the church. So me and the kids walking, I had the stroller at the time. So me and my 2 daughters going down the street. I had one in the stroller and one sitting on top of the stroller. And we're going down the street. So he hops in his car. I guess he ended praise and worship practice. And he flies past us down the road. So I'm like, oh, Lord, what are we facing now? So I finally get to the house and the police are there. Yes, these same police officers. I promise you, it seemed like he knew exactly which police officer to call. So I get there, mind you, it's raining. My name is on the house. My name was not on the loan, but my name was on the house. Do you know the officers tell me, oh, I need to find somewhere to go for the night. He needs a breather. What? So me and the kids, we have to walk in the rain and we go and we walk to his mother's house. Now, it was probably like an hour walk in the rain. And it was raining. We had no umbrellas or nothing. And I walked in that rain. I sure did. To his mother's house. Next story. I got to tell y'all this one. This is another time where it's an all-night men's prayer meeting. And so this time the kids, our son is probably like 2 years old. He's walking at the time. He's actually running at the time, but he was little. And so it's me and all 4 kids in the house. And he's like, oh, he got to go to an all-night men's prayer meeting. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I was like, I'm going to take the kids. We're going to go to Walmart and we're going to go get some popcorn and some movies. Remember then we had either Blockbuster or the Red Box or whatever. And I'm like, we're going to stop at Blockbuster and grab some movies. Then we're going to go to Walmart and get some popcorn and some snacks. And we're just going to come home and we're just going to sit and watch movies all night long. Because again, we're going to be lonely without you. I don't know why, but we were going to be lonely without you. So to keep us occupied, we're going to watch some movies. So y'all, he leaves and he goes to the all-night men's prayer. We had 5 vehicles in the yard. We had a Chrysler Town & Country. We had a Dodge Grand Caravan. We had a Mercury Mountaineer truck. We had a Cadillac. And then we had the Suburban. He took the Suburban. So we have 4 other cars in the yard, right? I had keys to all the cars, but I mainly would only drive the Mercury Mountaineer or the minivans. So I get the kids all dressed. I'm like, y'all, let's go pick out some movies. We're going to Walmart. And at the same time, I probably was going to buy them, you know, a couple of outfits or whatever. Just killing time. So I go outside, I crank one car, dead. I mean, not even a click, 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 dead, silence. So I go try to crank the other car, dead. I go try to crank the other car, dead. Y'all already know what's going to happen with the 4th car, dead. So I'm tripping. I'm like, how is all the cars dead? So I knew I couldn't bother him because he's in an all-night men's prayer meeting. So I'm thinking like, dang, something is wrong with the vehicles. Oh my gosh, like we need to get them fixed. So my homegirl, shout out to Jennifer. I called her because she worked at AutoZone. I'm like, girl, can you come check one of my cars for me, please? Because me and the kids trying to get to Walmart. We just want to get some movies and go to Blockbuster and get some popcorn or whatever. She comes, y'all, while she looks under the hood, because I'm letting her know all the cars are dead. She looks under the hood. She was like, yo, the fuse is missing in this car. So I'm like, check the other car. What you mean a fuse missing? So all I need to do is get a fuse? She checks the other car, fuse missing. Check the other car, fuse missing. Check the other car, the fuse is missing. She's like, D, nothing's wrong with your vehicles. He took the fuses. I'm thinking something wrong. I'm thinking the fuse have blown. She's like, no, he took the fuses out. Or someone did this on purpose. Y'all, when she told me that, my whole world went crazy. Like, my whole world always went crashing down. But it was just like, did he seriously do this? So I couldn't go nowhere? My stupid tail self didn't even think, because I remember I was stupid then. I'm not stupid anymore. Then I didn't even think to like, I could have called a cab or whatever. We had money then. But I just was like, wow, he really just didn't want us to go anywhere. So what did I do? I didn't go anywhere. I just went back in the house. Y'all, that right there, that just... I'm now realizing I probably was dealing with the narcissist. So anywho, when he came back from the all-night men's prayer meeting, I didn't even bring it up. I didn't even say anything. I just know the next morning when I got up to get in the car to go to church, or I can't remember what it was, but we got up the next morning to go somewhere, all the vehicles cranked. So when he came back from his all-night men's prayer meeting, he put the fuses back in the car. I did not know you could take a fuse out and it'll stop. Y'all don't go doing this. Don't go doing this to nobody. But that thing hurt me so bad. So anywho, that story. Next story. He put his baby mama on child support. Y'all, the one child that he took custody of, the story was told to me that the baby mama didn't want the little boy. I don't believe that. So he said that she put a book bag on his back with whatever little stuff he had, sent him outside walking, and then called his dad, which was my ex, and told him, come get your son. He's outside walking down the road. I think the little boy was 8 years old at the time. I don't know if that's true. I don't believe it's true after dealing with him. But So the little boy walking down the road, he went and got his son. And so after that, he took the mama to court, got custody of the little boy, and put her on child support. And so I was like, you know what? No, we need to help this lady. Y'all, my time is running out. I don't even know what part I'm at, but I promise y'all it's not going to be 50 parts. Please stay with me. Oh, y'all. Oh, it's been a minute. I ain't picked up nail camera because I was enjoying my daughter and my grandbaby. And just enjoying myself, enjoying my birthday, weekend, like just enjoying myself. I had so much fun, y'all. Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun. So anywho, I hope y'all like this video. Y'all just understand these videos are old. Like I made them probably last month, maybe the month before. And I'm just behind on posting because I've been enjoying my life. Like God is so amazing. Anywho. Oh, and y'all, why I lost my bottom dentures, what is that? I can't even chew nothing hard anymore. Like I had to go to the grocery store today and get all soft foods because I cannot enjoy no crunchy crunch because I lost my bottom dentures. I was carrying them around like it was my cell phone or whatnot, like in my pocket. Don't know what I did with it. I still got these nails on. I thought about getting a fill-in, but y'all, I do not like nails. I want them off. So they doing whatever they doing. Y'all don't mind my skin peeling. Is this peeling skin season? That's not a booger. That's a actual. My skin just peeling. Anywho, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you don't, you sort of care. You sort of care. Yes, I do care. Yeah. Y'all hit the notification bell so y'all can be notified every time I post a video. I love y'all and Jesus love y'all better. Bye.